Hi, I'm John from WorkshopAddict.com. Today I have the DeWALT DWFP 55130 2.5 gallon oilless air compressor to show you. This is a new unit from DeWALT. Little back information. I have a 4.5 gallon air compressor that when I bought it at the time, I'm thinking I want the perfect size air compressor, small enough for me to carry around, big enough to handle my jobs, and I'm coming to find out that there is no perfect size air compressor. Even though the 4.5 gallon handles everything I need it to do, it's heavy. It's something like 89 pounds, and since I work in the workshop here in the basement, if I want to do something upstairs, I got to carry it up the stairs. It's heavy. It's also very noisy, so whenever we use it in the house, I got to make sure that people aren't sleeping, they're up and around, and it's not going to bother them. So that air compressor has its limitations. Sure, it has a bigger air tank, but there's some things about it I just don't like. This air compressor is what I was looking for, with just a little bit smaller of a tank. 99% of the stuff I do is with a brad nailer, a pinner, or even a finish nailer. This thing works perfect with it. Of course, I'm not going to run any like air grinders or air wrenches off of it. It just does not have that capacity. But what this thing does, it does well. First off, like I said, it's a 2.5 gallon air compressor. It's 11.9 amps, so you're not going to blow any fuses with it on a 110. You're fine. It has 200 PSI rating on the 200 PSI pressure that it goes up to, and at 90 PSI it'll put out 3 SCFM. So it'll handle it. It puts out quite a bit of air for this size. That's impressive. Now the two most impressive features on this is the loudness, the decibel level. It's like 71.5 decibels. That's quiet. I'm going to show you in a minute. Even though speakers don't work well on these cameras, it usually adjusts itself, so I don't like to try to do a lot with sound, but I'm going to talk and see if you can hear me over this, because 71 is pretty quiet. Also, the other thing is it's only 37 pounds, so getting this thing up and walking around with it, super easy. I mean, I can go up and down the stairs with this all day long. It's not heavy. This can be sat in this position or in this position, whichever you prefer. You have two receivers up here to run two different guns on it. Very stable, very nice. It also has a covered switch here, so in case you're out in the elements, you're not going to get dirt, water in it. So that's very nice. Another feature that I really like about this is the ball valve. You can release all of your air really quick out of this unit. The one thing I don't like about this unit, it's cord, very short. If I want to get it somewhere, I got to be close to an outlet, because it doesn't reach very far. Matter of fact, when I have this on the floor in the shop, I have to have it right next to the outlet or I can't reach it. That's the only bummer with this unit, really. Another thing is it takes about 1:40 for this thing to go from completely empty to completely full. That's a long amount of time to fill that small a tank. But after it's full, it cycles pretty quickly. So once it's full, when it starts filling itself back up again, it doesn't take very long. Now, like I said, this is great for brad nailers, pinners, finish nailers. I put this to the test this week. I was putting up 160 foot of privacy fence, and I had something like 375 pickets to put up. I used this with a construction stapler, and it held up perfectly. I was surprised. I thought I was going to use a lot of air because we were going at it pretty quick, and this worked beautifully. It was nice to be able to carry it around and move it and not have to worry about, oh, I got to move the air compressor. So that was nice. And let me show you real quickly what it sounds like when you're filling it up. And if you've ever heard another air compressor before, this is quiet. It's impressive. So let's get her plugged in here. Turn on the switch. So right now, this is the level of noise you're going to get from the air compressor. Hopefully you can hear me over it, because this is very quiet. 71.5 decibels is below the hearing protection level by quite a bit. 85 is where you should be at hearing protection. So the noise put off by this is very quiet. It's not going to disrupt your work environment. If you're a contractor and you're out putting trim in a house or something like that, this is going to be nice. The people in the house are not going to be disturbed. And it's light enough that you can throw it in the back of a pickup truck and go. This is a great little unit. This satisfies my need for mobility, and 90% of the work I do, this is going to cover it. So, nice little new unit by DeWALT. I'm John from WorkshopAddict.com. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and go over and check out our YouTube, our forum page at WorkshopAddict.com. Until later, I'm John from WorkshopAddict.com. Bye.